Hey guys, okay, so hopefully I'm out of Facebook jail and hopefully this is gonna work this time. So Facebook, it's not always my fault whenever I go live like 5 times in one day. But I wrapped up this blue buffet sideboard thing and I wanted to show y'all a couple of things that I thought might be useful in the future. So if you're there, let me know that you're there. Comment with like where you're at or hey, or if you have a question, just let me know. But I couldn't end this without giving you some sort of insight as to the last few steps that I took to get this thing completed. So hold on one second. And here we go. There she is. I may or may not take her in to do staging and stuff. If I'm honest, I stink at staging. Hey Susan, good. Thank you so much for letting me know that you're there. Now I know that this is actually working. So yeah, I stink at staging, so that may or may not happen. I get excited and start posting pictures, so then the staging pictures are kind of, they don't really make sense. So, I know before, one of the things I was having problems with is the drawers were all sticking. Where I live is coastal. The humidity is high, and a lot of times, hey Michelle, a lot of times we'll have problems with the moisture just kind of getting in there and causing swelling. So I knew that between yesterday and today, there was going to be a whole lot less moisture in the air. The humidity was supposed to be down to like 0. So what I did was overnight last night, this is something you can keep in mind, I went through and I took all of the drawers and the doors and I opened them up. And what this does is it allows the airflow to really get in there and circulate, and kind of that moisture will pull out of there so that there's much less swelling. Hey Anna, thank you so much. And additionally, so this morning when I came in here, it was much better. I had almost no problems with them sticking at all. But to help prevent problems in the future for the owner of this guy, yesterday I talked to you about the wax melts. And this is an old used, I think it's like a lavender or vanilla maybe. Something really gentle that I know is not going to be obnoxious. And it smells really kind of sweet but kind of clean also. And what I do with this is anywhere that the wood is going to be touching and rubbing, I'll take it and I'll just rub it on there. So I'll go right there, I'll go right there, I'll go right there, and I've already done this, so that's why I'm being so light with it. Go under there, and it makes it just absolutely glide. Now if you don't have wax melts on hand, it's not a big deal. Go grab a bar of soap and it does the same thing. I like using the wax melts because they just smell good. So the whole thing smells a little bit better. Not that it smelled bad before, but hey, it's kind of like putting some scents in your drawers. And I just put stuff on there. Dad, so let's see. I did that. Much better. Everybody was asking me if I was going to do the sides of the drawers and stuff. What I did was take the Abyss, because here's the thing. I like to paint this part, but I don't want to take away from the entire look because you can kind of see it a little bit. So what I did was I took the anchor and very lightly, I brought it around, painted the edge, painted the top, painted the edge, and I painted it on there, went over every single one of the drawers and doors. Then I came back with a 400 grit and I sanded it back. As you can see, it's not 100% blue, and I don't want it to be. I never want there to be an issue with this rubbing against the inside and getting caught. So I did a 400 grit to make it super smooth. You can even see the shine. And then what I did was take my lemon verbena salve, and these drawers are in great condition. So I took the salve and I re-moisturized them and used the salve on these edges too, which has got oily properties to it. It's kind of like a wax anyways. So again, that's gonna help with the closing and the opening and stuff. Connie is asking if I'm going to line the drawers or put anything down the sides, such as the stencil. To be honest, I thought about that, and I don't want to. I think part of me just really wants it to be what it is. I don't want to go over the top with this one. That's part of why I even backed off with the distress. Like, I love the blending, I love the blues. I even love the way the hardware decided to come out, and I'll tell you about that in a second. I got the tiny bit of distress. I got a lot of the distress that I actually ended up painted over, because like I said, you distress it, you don't like it, paint right back over it, not a big deal. I'm really, really happy that the crackle happened, because it gives a little bit of interest without being over the top. So for this one, I'm just going kind of muted. I like the wood tones. I love the wood tones on the inside. It's all just very kind of slightly rustic, but beautiful, and very bold. So I use the lemon wax from Wise Owl. What is that you're using? Oh, the lemon. Yes, because those of us that have fallen in love with the lemon verbena, they came out with wax melts in the same scent. It's amazing. But no, that's not what this one is. I'm sure those, as they melt down and I store them, I'll start using those. But this is just a lavender one that I had on hand. The hardware. These guys are pretty much as I found them, except they were dirty and grungy and completely darkened. I knew that I wanted some sort of gold tones to them, but I didn't want them to be completely gold. I didn't want to paint them. I didn't even want to clean them completely, like with the tomato paste or the ketchup treatment, because this darkness would have also gone brass, and I don't think I wanted that. I wanted some of that deep dark tone to come through. And then, so what I did was I just grabbed some 220 sandpaper, the flexible sandpaper, and, oh, Connie, no worries. You are welcome to ask any questions, to each his own. Like, I'll do things different than other people, and, you know, sometimes I'll do the drawers, and sometimes I won't. It just depends. But so I took the 220, and I hit all of the high points. I hit all of these little areas, and then what that does is it reveals the brassy look, the goldish look, but it leaves the darkness in the middle. Of course, it wasn't this dark. After that, what I did was I cleaned them up real good to make sure there was no extra dirt and debris with not a wire brush, but just a regular plastic brush, almost like a toothbrush. And then I went over them with the lemon verbena. If I think about it, I will post a picture later with how it looked before I did the verbena, because it's just old and dusty and weird looking, but the verbena kind of goes in there, and even though it's aged, like, it makes it look very intentional and pretty, so that even the hardware, yeah, I took it up to the next level, but it's not crazy. Was there anything else? I'm trying to think. I did do 2 more coats of the Wise Owl varnish in my sprayer. So this whole thing has got 3 coats of varnish. If I look over there, I may have used 1/3 of a pint in total on this guy. So that gives you an idea of how far it goes. Oh, then I used a little bit of the lemon verbena on the whole thing. I just like to give that extra little bit of moisture protection that the lemon verbena adds, adding any kind of wax over the poly. Honestly, I probably should have waited a day or 2, but I've just been so impatient with this project. And I just didn't see any problem with it. I didn't think it was going to cause an issue. I'm just looking at the crackle right now, so don't mind me. But yeah, I love, let me see the sheen. It's a very perfect, to me, slightly less than satin sheen, but slightly more than matte. So yeah, so there you have it. I'm gonna turn this light off because it makes it look a little bit funny, I think. There you go. Maybe I'll try and take it in and do some staging pictures. I don't know. I stink at staging, guys. I always think I've got it, and then, I don't know. I don't like using the same props over again. Michelle says, I'm pretty sure you helped me decide what the color I'm doing my bed frame. I've been obsessing over this piece. Ah, me too. I remember the turquoise that you see is the deep turquoise, but it's up under the anchor. The anchor is the darker color that you see. It's like a navy. But remember, these two together make them look completely different. Yeah, anchor doesn't typically look this vibrant, I guess you could say. So having the deep turquoise up under it just gives it a whole different kind of tone to make it look different. So, Michelle, I was thinking about that, but it's just, I tried it and it's just not looking right. So I've got the fresco wall in there. Remember the pure and original gray fresco that I did? And there's a gold mirror, and just the lighting is better. I have very nice natural light in there. So yeah, if I stage it, I'm gonna take it in there and do it right. Because I need to redo the floors in here. And to be honest, I keep on trying to think of something to do with this brick. I started painting it. And I don't know. Y'all, it's just yuck. Over time, I thought the paint was going to be able to be pressure washed today away, and it didn't, so it's gross. So, but anyways, yeah, this guy is good. The inside, lemon verbena everywhere. Are you able to see that? Not really. I'm trying to zoom in or make it focus. But all of this was verbena. This was verbena. I had to install these guys because it had been shipped previously, so these were like attached to the other drawer. So I had to reattach everything and get those installed. It smells heavenly, but again, like everything, I sanded the edges and even this edge, this edge out here, so that, and look, Debbie, no dog food bowl, so that I knew it wasn't going to catch over time, because I never want that to be an issue for anybody. But again, you can see it's not just blue, it's blue with the wood tones kind of coming through. So I was able to get a little bit more of that distressed kind of rustic look in there. Spit the brick? Oh my gosh. How could I spit the brick? Could I do that? Oh. You need to tag Michelle. We got to brainstorm on this one. How can I spit the brick? That would be so stinking cool. I have to look into it. What verbena am I talking about is what Michelle's asking. Lemon verbena salve. That's by Wise Owl. And yeah, I knew that, but I wasn't thinking about it. Yeah, lemon verbena by Wise Owl. I've got a huge quart container that I don't have right here by me. But it's not wax, it's softer. But they were able to also suspend the oils that give it the scent perfectly in there, and it smells heavenly, and it really combats odor, and yeah, I just love this stuff. They've also got a lavender one too, though. Yes, I recommend it. I love it for like it's wonderful for like the drawers, like the inside and stuff. I've still got to do this one and all the middle ones, but it just gives more life. It moisturizes it. What I love is that I can rub my finger across it later on, and it's not greasy. So just the way it acts is very different from other oil products that I've used, and it's a hemp oil base, I believe. But it's just lovely. Lovely, lovely. So there we have it, guys. Let me close this and close that. Oops. This one always, there's something that catches, and I'm gonna have to find out what that is. It's gonna drive me crazy if I drop it off and it's still catching. But this guy will be going to the shop tomorrow. And yeah. Hey, Sandy. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed watching this process. it's definitely been a fun project. I love getting to finally do some projects that are just kind of just fun, and it's what I want to do instead of always doing what the client is requesting, which in its own right can be fun, but it's just different. It's fun to be artistic. So I hope I encouraged y'all to do the same thing, pick out some different colors and try the technique out, and let me know how it turns out. I'd love to see. But I hope y'all have a wonderful Wednesday. It's hump day, and it's the later part of the hump day, so we're officially like kind of over the hump, right? All right, y'all have a good day. I enjoyed having you with me. Thank you, Susan. You're very welcome. It's my pleasure. Y'all have a good rest of your day. I've got a football game to get to soon, so talk to you later. Bye.